Welcome to the Orange County Beekeepers Association educational video series. Our goal is to educate beekeepers in Orange County, North Carolina on the best practices in beekeeping in our area. In this video, you will learn about different types of protective gear that beekeepers wear to protect themselves from bee stings. Female honeybees have stingers that can penetrate the skin and inject venom. Honeybees sting to defend their home and their food supply. This is a normal reaction for any animal that feels threatened. As a beekeeper, we try to inspect our hives in a way that minimizes the disruption to the hive. Our goal is to minimize the bee's normal defensive reaction, but it is normal to get stung occasionally as a beekeeper. Some people are more sensitive to bee stings than others, and we wear protective gear to protect ourselves. Bees typically will target the face and hands, and as a result, these are the areas we most often will cover with protective gear. These are also the areas that are the most sensitive to bee stings. There are different kinds of protection that beekeepers will wear depending on their level of comfort with bees and the defensiveness of the colony they are working. Typically, a beekeeper will wear at least a veil to cover their head. Here are pictures of different types of veils. Most include some type of string to pull the veil down around the neck, but some veils also include elastic straps to go under the arms. And other veils have vests attached. Let's walk through how to put on a standalone veil, which is a less expensive option. There are many different types of standalone veils, but many of them contain long strings, and learning to put one on is often a source of confusion for new beekeepers. The strings attach to the back of the veil. Once you put the veil over your head, you'll wrap the string under your arms and through the D-ring in the front before wrapping the strings around your body and tying them. If your veil also has elastic straps, these will go under your arms. Once you've put the veil on, check for any major gaps where bees could get in and adjust the veil accordingly. The next level of protection is a jacket with an attached veil. The veil is typically attached to the jacket with a zipper, and often the place where the zippers meet is covered with a piece of fabric, as shown in this jacket. There are unventilated canvas jackets and also more expensive ventilated jackets. To put the jacket and attached veil on, first put the jacket on. Then pull the veil over your head and close the zippers. It is important to make sure that there are no gaps where the zippers meet. Make sure the flap of fabric seals the opening between the zippers. A full bee suit offers the most protection by covering you from head to ankle. Bee suits also come in ventilated and unventilated varieties. There are times when you want your entire body protected from bee stings, and a full bee suit offers the most protection. In the late summer dearth, the bees will naturally be more defensive, and you may feel more comfortable with a full bee suit. Beekeepers who are allergic to bee stings may wear full suits all year long. Bee suits also come in ventilated and unventilated varieties. Putting on a bee suit is fairly simple. Step into the legs first. Often there will be zippers that will allow you to secure the leg openings around your ankles. This suit has zippers. Put your arms through the sleeves and the veil over your head. Zip the zippers in the front of the suit and along the veil, and cover the gap where the zippers meet with fabric if your suit has it. Suits often have elastic around the wrists and ankles to keep these areas sealed as well. In addition, some beekeepers prefer to work their hives with gloves made from either goat or cow skin. These also come in ventilated and unventilated varieties. Each vendor makes their bee protective gear slightly differently, but for any gear that you're wearing, you'll want to look for any holes through which a bee can fit and make sure they're sealed. A bee only needs a hole about the size of a pea, so check for holes in your gear, especially around the zippers. Often your suit will have a Velcro enclosure, but you can also use duct tape in a pinch to seal a hole if needed. Look at yourself in a mirror to find these holes. And make sure that your jacket is loose on you. You'll be wearing this over another shirt, and you don't want the fabric tight on your skin, or the bees will sting you through it. Finally, beekeeping involves a lot of lifting and reaching. If your jacket is too tight, you'll expose skin every time you reach for something and give the bees a perfect target. Let's take a moment to review what we learned today. Your gear may be different from what your mentor or your bee buddy wears, and your gear may vary at different times of the year. The important thing is for you to be comfortable inspecting your hives in your protective gear. For any type of gear that you wear, know where the potential holes are and make sure that they are sealed before you go into the bee yard. Finally, there are ways in which you can work your hives to minimize the defensive behavior of the bees. Practicing this during each inspection will reduce the number of stings that you get and will minimize the disruption to your hive.